truthful. The issue is that they are defending corruption. It has nothing to do with being progressive. It has to do with defending corrupt motherfuckers and being total and absolute hypocrites.
It's very easy to attack them. It's very easy to try to paint them as the other or fraudulent. That's very easy. You know what's harder? To be factual.
The Young Turks are one of the most least factual news outlets in existence. H.A. Goodman is one of the most factual journalists in existence. You have lost your fucking mind, bro.
You know what's harder? To add context.
You would need, frankly, I don't even think this would work. You could take all of the context in existence, and it still wouldn't change the fact that Michael Schur and that other motherfucker were defending corruption.
You know what's harder? To play a little devil's advocate.
Why would you play devil's advocate for evil? Corruption is evil. Why would you need to play devil's advocate for the DNC and their fucking fraudulence and their corruption? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't have a problem with H.A. Goodman. I don't have a problem with Tim.
Again, I don't have a problem with Tim Black. It's just that, or excuse me, Tim Black actually, he meant someone else. Or he got scared and realized, wow, I'm really going after like everybody credible on the left. Nothing wrong with H.A. Goodman or the guy that I call my friend. It's just that they're predators and they're like Fox News and they're like hucksters. And they're preying on people's anger. You are an extremely disingenuous person, and that's disappointing because I thought you were better than this.
Tim Black, I don't have a problem with Niko. I think the more independent media, the better. But what I do have a problem is Young Turks, by the way, Young Turks, anchors, reporters, producers, editors, collectively, we make a choice to take a lot less money than you can in the corporate media.
Oh, well, perhaps we're getting to the bottom of what this is all about. The people, don't give a single fuck about the fact that you take less money. Frankly, regardless, you, motherfucker, and anyone in the Young Turks is likely making a lot more than the average person watching your shit. Frankly, this is a bit, I'm not going to say offensive, kind of elitist, kind of virtue signaling, really kind of making you look like an asshole.
Because we are progressive. And we care about getting the truth across.
Well, then why don't the Young Turks do that? Because they don't get the truth across. They lie, they have an agenda, and they have a narrative. And now we are witnessing a once credible reporter being sacrificed at the altar of corporate media. It's sad. There's very few left. Like I said, Michael Tracy is the last one at the Young Turks.
Young Turks, Cenk, made a decision to hire a reporter, and he lost a lot of money doing so. Because...
Do you really think this is going to work? I don't understand. Who are you talking to about this? People... I mean, on the one hand, you've even gone out there and interviewed them. You're talking about the vanishing middle class and blah, blah, blah. Who do you think gives a fuck? I mean, we know you're all well compensated when you compare your salaries to the people. So who the fuck are you talking to here? I don't understand who's supposed to feel sorry for you here. I don't fucking feel sorry for you. Is there anybody here that feels sorry that these motherfuckers are getting a little less shekels? I don't give a fuck about that. Oh, vey.
When you build a YouTube channel, right, and there's 0 subscribers, yet you have all these costs like airplanes, hotels, food, cameramen, editors, you're spending out more money than you're taking in.
Who are you talking about? The Young Turks have millions of subscribers. What, you're talking about the beginning of TYT politics? Oh yeah, that didn't have a built-in fucking base. You're extremely fucking disingenuous, dude.
Yet, these people, because a segment was done and some things were said that you don't agree with, are
No, not things that people didn't agree with. You guys defended corruption.
essentially calling for people to not watch TYT, to not focus, to basically boycott. Because the two hosts weren't as true as them. Well, I guess aren't true believers like them.
No, they're defending corporate corruption.
And I can tell you, folks, you might not agree with me. And you might want to go the other way. But I'm not going to do videos just to keep viewers. I'm not going to do videos just for ratings. I'm not going to do videos for clicks. And frankly, I don't want viewers or supporters or followers who, if dare I say, do a video that isn't as angry as them at the time, isn't as true believer as them, if one day a establishment Democrat, dare I say, deserves credit for something, I'm not going to run it. I'm not going to do a channel where I have to cater to people who only want to see the world in one way.
Do you hear that, folks? I believe what you are witnessing here is the setup for the corporate. Do you hear what he said? First of all, he's a salaried employee. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about with, you don't need to do anything for clicks or views. You're a salaried employee. Now, the idea that you would say that you would not want an audience to hold you accountable for selling out, because that's basically what you're saying. What you're saying is that you don't want an audience that would be upset if you supported a corporate candidate. Are you fucking kidding me? That's ridiculous. So you don't want to be held accountable for selling out, which is not surprising because you work for a complete sellout network.
Because you know what I believe? I believe there's a real enemy. And it's not the Young Turks. It's not Cenk Uygur. It's not John. It's not Michael Shore. I believe the real enemy is Chuck Schumer. I believe the real enemy is Nancy Pelosi. Enemy peacefully. I'm not talking about violence. I believe the real enemies are the Clintons. I believe the real enemy is Mitch McConnell, is Paul Ryan, is the Chamber of Commerce, is Big Oil, is Big Pharma, is the corporate media. That is...
Bro, you are the fucking corporate media. You might not realize it. I don't know what the fuck you may or may not realize. I do know that you're defending the indefensible and you're lying about H.A. Goodman. But the Young Turks are the corporate media.
This is who I believe is the real enemy.
And if you believe the corporate media is the enemy, then you're working for the enemy, dude.
Because if you're going to listen to these people that I've mentioned about who is progressive enough to watch, who is progressive enough to support, either with your views, your share button, or your money, then you're going to have a really small damn pool.
Well, yes, because there's not that many people telling the truth. And now we have one less person telling the truth that was once credible. But this is not about progressive. You continue to lie and claim that this is about being progressive. This is simply about telling the truth and not defending corruption.
You're going to have a very small pool, and it's going to be a lonely club.
That's okay. I don't care if there's one other motherfucker, because then we'll be able to sleep at night.
But I've worked for propaganda media before.
You work for propaganda media now.
Where what they do is they make a boogeyman, and they attack, saying, you, the person, or the group, or the organization.
Yeah, actually, you make a really good point, Jordan. Because, what I find is there's this news outlet, actually there's a bunch of them, and they've actually demonized an entire fucking voting block. They've labeled them the alt-right, and every single fucking Trump voter is the alt-right, is the other. And if that's not good enough, they have now even, through you, have gone to the point where they're now attacking people inside their own fucking party at the worst possible fucking time, and labeling any person that has a problem with the Young Turks defending corruption as an other. This is amazing.
You're not true enough. You're not Republican enough. You're not right-wing enough. You're not religious enough. And now we're getting that here to independent media. You're not progressive enough.
No, you are, again, defending corporate malfeasance, corruption, whatever you want to call it, defending the indefensible in the DNC committing fraud.
And believe it or not, I'm not doing this video because I care or not if you watch the Young Turks. If you don't want to watch the Young Turks, don't watch the Young Turks. If you don't want to watch me, don't watch me. Seriously. People ask me, why do I not run for office? Because I'm not willing to give blowjobs. And
But you are giving Cenk Uygur arguably the biggest blowjob anyone has ever done in the history of YouTube. I am the hard bastard. Fuck Jordan Chariton. Thank you for watching.
He practiced the lizard style. The lizard is a very agile and nimble style. It enables a man to climb like a lizard.